Your bag is not a status symbol, it is a tax on being poor. The brand you saved 6 months to afford, it cost $200 to make. You paid $4,000. The difference is not markup, it is extraction. You are not the customer luxury brands designed their business around. You are the margin. The wealthy buy these items with disposable income that regenerates faster than you earn your salary. You buy them with debt that compounds at 24% interest. This is not an accident. This is the model. And today, you learn exactly how the trap works. Most people think luxury goods are made for rich people who then trickle them down to aspirational buyers. That is backwards. 75% of luxury spending comes from middle and lower income households. The brands know this. The entire structure is built to catch you. Let me show you the mechanics. The actual cost to manufacture that Louis Vuitton bag is between $200 and $500. Materials make up 30%. Labor, 40%. Hardware, another 25%. Add it together, and you are still under $600. The retail price is $4,000. That is not a 10 times markup, it is a 12 to 20 times markup. You are not paying for leather, you are paying for the logo, the store experience, the celebrity who carried it on Instagram, the marketing campaign that ran during Fashion Week. The bag is an afterthought. The physical object is the cheapest part of the entire operation. The story wrapped around it costs more than anything stitched inside it. This is what economists call a Veblen good, a product where demand increases because the price is high. The more it costs, the more you want it, not despite the price. Because of it, the price tag is the product. The bag just carries it around. And this is not happening by chance. Every luxury conglomerate understands that the truly wealthy are too small a market to sustain growth. There are not enough billionaires to buy enough handbags to satisfy shareholder expectations. So brands pivot. They create entry-level luxury, the $300 Gucci belt, the $400 wallet, the $600 logo sneakers. These are gateway products designed to let you say you own the brand without requiring the wealth to own the brand. They give you the name. They give you the logo. What they do not give you is exclusivity, because you are buying at the exact price point where the company makes its highest margins. This brings us to stage 1 of the luxury trap. Social proof through artificial scarcity. Luxury brands do not operate like normal retailers. When they overproduce, they do not discount. They destroy. Burberry incinerated 90 million pounds worth of goods rather than sell them at a lower price. Why? Because discount erodes the perceived value. If you can buy it on sale, it is no longer exclusive. So they burn the surplus and protect the illusion. Meanwhile, they spend billions on celebrity endorsements. When Cristiano Ronaldo wears a watch, 50 million people see it. When the Kardashians carry a bag, the brand becomes visible to an audience that would never walk into the boutique. The message is clear. This is what success looks like. You are being sold aspiration wrapped in leather. Stage 2. Loud luxury for the economically insecure. People who understand wealth do not advertise it. The truly rich stopped wearing logo-covered clothing 2 decades ago. They shifted to quiet luxury. Brands you have never heard of. Zero visible branding. Materials you can only recognize by touch. Why? Because real wealth does not need to announce itself. But if you are middle class trying to signal upward mobility, you need that logo visible. You need people to know you spent money, so you buy the Louis Vuitton monogram bag, the Gucci belt with the double G buckle the size of your fist, the Michael Kors purse with the logo repeated 40 times. This is not luxury. This is a signal. And the brands know exactly who is buying it. They call it accessible luxury. You call it making it. The reality is you are paying 4 times what the bag is worth to advertise for a company that marks you as economically vulnerable the moment you wear it. Let me give you the historical parallel. In the early 1900s, coal companies paid miners in scrip, private currency, metal tokens, redeemable, only at the company store. Miners could draw scrip as credit against future wages. The store was the only place to shop. The prices were inflated, the goods were marked up. Miners started each month in debt for rent, for equipment, for food. They worked the entire month to break even. Then they drew more scrip. The cycle never ended. One miner wrote to his brother in the 1940s, "You load 16 tons, and what do you get? Another day older and deeper in debt. Scrip was illegal by 1967. But the model never disappeared. It just changed form. The company store is now a credit card. The scrip is now a rewards program. The logo on your bag is the token you carry to prove you are still in the game. Stage 3. Mastige and the democratization lie. There is a term the industry uses. Mastige, mass prestige, the strategic blend of prestige and mass market appeal, targeting the aspirational middle class. Brands position themselves to offer prestige at a reasonable premium. Reasonable is relative. You are stretching. They are not. The price point is set precisely where you will go into debt but not default immediately. This is not accidental pricing, it is engineered debt load. Consider the numbers. A 2023 survey found that 40% of Gen Z shoppers went into debt to buy a luxury item. Not boomers, not retirees. People in their 20s with student loans and entry-level salaries. They're financing handbags at 24% interest. The bag depreciates the moment they leave the store. The interest compounds every month. 5 years later, they are still paying off an item that is now worthless in resale. Meanwhile, the brands have shifted production. Luxury used to mean handmade in Italy by artisans with decades of experience. Now it means assembled in China by workers earning a few dollars a day with a made in Italy tag sewn on because the handle was attached in Milan. Legal loopholes allow you to do 90% of production in one country, finish 10% in another, and claim the origin of the finish point. You think you are buying Italian craftsmanship? You are buying Chinese assembly with Italian branding. The cost to the company is $60. The price to you is $1,200. The difference is your belief in the story they sold you. Stage 4. Planned obsolescence in luxury. Leather restoration experts report a surge in repairs on brand new Chanel and Louis Vuitton items. Bags falling apart within months, straps detaching, hardware tarnishing, stitching unraveling. These are not heirloom pieces built to last decades. These are planned obsolescence products designed to look luxurious but degrade quickly. Why? Because if your bag lasts 20 years, you only buy one. If it falls apart in 3, you buy 7. The business model requires repeat purchases, so the quality drops, the price rises, and you are told it is still luxury because the logo has not changed. The materials have, the craftsmanship has, but the logo remains. And that is what you are buying. Stage 5. The debt spiral and lifestyle inflation. Here is where it tightens. You bought the entry-level bag. Now your reference point has shifted. The $300 bag you used to carry looks cheap next to the $4,000 one. So you upgrade, you buy the shoes to match, then the wallet, then the belt. Each purchase resets your baseline. What once felt like a splurge now feels like a necessity. You are no longer buying items. You are buying membership in a visual class you cannot afford. Your closet is full of logos. Your credit cards are maxed. Your savings account is empty. But you look successful. That is the trade. You traded financial security for the appearance of wealth. The brands win, you lose. But you cannot stop because stopping means admitting the last 5 years were a waste. Let me show you the math. A middle-income person earning $60,000 a year buying a $4,000 bag is spending almost 7% of their gross annual income on one item. If that purchase is financed at 24% interest over 2 years, the total cost is $4,800. That is 8% of gross income for one bag. Meanwhile, a person earning $300,000 a year buying the same bag is spending 1.3% of gross income. The bag costs them nothing in relative terms. It costs you everything. This is not luxury democratization. It is economic extraction disguised as access. Stage 6. The brand loyalty trap and sunk cost fallacy. You have now spent $15,000 on this brand over 3 years. You are emotionally invested. You follow their Instagram. You know the collection drops. You join the waiting list for limited releases. You have become a brand evangelist, not because the products are superior, but because admitting you wasted $15,000 is psychologically unbearable. So you double down. You buy more. You convince yourself it is an investment. You tell your friends, these bags hold value. Some do. Hermes Birkins, Chanel classics in pristine condition, but the bag you bought does not. It is not rare. It is mass-produced. Thousands were made. It will not appreciate. It will depreciate. But the sunk cost fallacy keeps you buying. The brand knows this. They count on it. Your loyalty is not to the product. It is to the justification you built around the product. Now let me show you where you are. If you have bought more than 2 logo-heavy items in the last year, you are in stage 3. If you financed any of them, you are in stage 4. If you are now looking at higher tier items from the same brand, you are in stage 5. If you feel defensive reading this, you are in stage 6. The trap is not the product. The trap is the belief system the product creates. You are not buying bags. You are buying an identity, and that identity costs more every year. Here is what the truly wealthy understand. Luxury is not about brands. It is about freedom, financial freedom, time freedom, the freedom to not care what anyone thinks about your purchases. When you have actual wealth, you stop trying to prove it to strangers. You stop buying logos. You buy quality from brands no one recognizes. Or you buy nothing at all because you have realized that objects do not confer status. Security does. The middle class is trapped buying symbols of success. The wealthy have moved on to building actual success. The system is designed to keep you in the cycle. Every ad you see, every influencer post, every limited edition drop, it is all engineered to make you feel that you are one purchase away from arrival. You are not. You are one purchase deeper into debt. The luxury industry is not selling you products. It is selling you a payment plan disguised as prestige. Let me give you the business model, plainly. Luxury brands target middle-income consumers because that is where the volume is. They create accessible entry points, belts, wallets, keychains, small leather goods with big logos. These cost almost nothing to produce and sell at enormous margins. Once you buy in, you are in the ecosystem. The algorithm starts, more ads, more content, more desire. You move from entry level to mid-tier. Then from mid-tier to high-tier. Each step deeper into their revenue model, and each step further from financial stability. This is not a conspiracy. This is a business model. Publicly traded luxury conglomerates have shareholder obligations. They need growth. The wealthy alone cannot provide that growth. So they expand the base. They target you. They create financing options, buy now, pay later apps, installment plans, 0 interest for 6 months. These tools exist to convert your future income into their current revenue. You think you are getting access. You are giving them a claim on your paycheck for the next 2 years. Here is your survival payoff. 3 rules. First, if you cannot buy it twice, you cannot afford it once. This applies to everything. If buying the item twice would break you financially, buying it once already has. You just have not felt it yet. Second, if the logo is the loudest part of the product, you are buying marketing, not quality. Actual luxury whispers. It does not scream. If the brand name is visible from across the street, you are wearing an advertisement for your own financial insecurity. Third, if you financed it, you do not own it. The credit card company owns it, and you are paying rent on an item that depreciates while the interest compounds. Stop financing depreciating assets. If you cannot pay cash, you cannot afford it. Here is what you do next. Audit your closet. Add up everything you spend on logo items in the last 3 years. Include interest if you financed. That number is your tax on insecurity. Now take that number and imagine it in a brokerage account earning 7% annually. That is the opportunity cost. That is what believing the illusion cost you. You cannot reverse it. But you can stop it. Sell what you do not use. Pay off the debt. Redirect future purchases toward items that appreciate or hold utility. A good leather bag with no logo that lasts 10 years is worth more than 5 logo bags that fall apart in 2. The luxury trap is not about the items. It is about the story you tell yourself to justify the items. You are not buying quality. You are buying permission to feel like you have made it. But you have not made it. You are still paying, still working, still stressed about money. The bag did not change that. It made it worse. Real luxury is waking up without debt, going to work because you want to, not because you have to, having 6 months of expenses saved. That is luxury. The bag is just leather and thread. The brands will keep marketing. The influencers will keep posting. The cycle will keep turning. Your job is to step outside it, to see it for what it is, not aspiration, extraction, not access, debt, not luxury, a logo tax on people who cannot afford to pay it. You are not the target because you are valued. You are the target because you are vulnerable. And the vulnerability is not financial. It is psychological. You want to believe that owning the right brands will change how people see you. It will not. It will only change how much you owe. This is the map. You are living inside a business model that profits from your insecurity. This is your location. Somewhere between stage 3 and stage 6, depending on how deep you have gone. And this is your escape. Stop buying the story. Stop financing the product. Stop confusing logos with value. The luxury industry built a $100 billion market by convincing you that you need their approval. You do not. You need your money. And they have been taking it from you one logo at a time. If this opened your eyes to the cage you are living in, subscribe. Because in the next video, we dismantle the rest of the illusion.